Alright, the last part of our video is the DC-to-DC charger, which I've already installed, but I'm going to go through and explain what I did so everybody understands. The installation was pretty easy. I just put it inside the old battery box. I put this insulation panel in there just to keep, there's like 4 holes in the bottom here, so I just did it to keep debris from coming up into it. There's still air that can move through it to help cool it and everything, and I've already taken it out once. It does not seem to build up too much heat, but it is early in the year, so if I need to, what I can end up doing is drilling holes in the back here to allow air to go through. So far it's not been an issue. Since this was the battery box before, what we had in here was we had a ground wire coming in and a power feed coming in from the batteries to my electrical unit over here. And with a little bit of research, I was able to find out what the different items were in here. And down over here was my system that connected the motor home to the house batteries when you started the RV. So once you started the RV, this connection was made complete, and then it fed power into the unit. All we did was we took this out of the equation because the DC to DC charger does that for us now. So what we have now is the power comes into the box, goes to the DC to DC converter, and then comes out of the box and comes up to the bank system. And what I found was underneath my steps here, the ground wire had a bunch of extra wire coiled up under it. The power wire had a bunch of extra wire coiled up underneath it. And so all I did was uncoil that, and that gave me extra. It gave me almost enough that I could have ran it up there, but I wanted a little more, so I bought a new cord for running up there. So now what we have is the power comes it comes from the motorhome, in here, then goes out, comes up in here, and goes to our distribution. And we have power coming in from the charging unit here. We have power that can go in and out on this one here to our converter box and our 12-volt system over here. And then we have one going out on the back there. That one goes to the batteries on the coach. So that's our new lithium batteries now. And so we've changed over the inverter, so it's a lithium compatible now, and we've changed over the converter inside of here, so it's lithium. So now we're getting a full lithium charge on the battery system. And I did move the batteries from here into the bottom of our table area, which is right next to it here. So they're right underneath there. They're right inside here. That made the run real short, so I didn't have to go with any beefier wires than I needed to. And I did add 2 batteries now, so we have a 200 amp system, and we'll probably be looking at in the future getting a 3rd battery and then maybe an inverter. I haven't decided on the inverter yet or not, but this was the final installation. My gauge wires were a little bit beefier than I would have liked. They were tough to get in there, but I did make them and get them in. And it is working beautifully. This was just a simple way to show people a different way to do it. And this is how we did it. The 2 extra wires here used to come in and connect to the battery. I have them disconnected. Not connected to the battery here now, but they are connected to the batteries in the seat. And I left them there because they connect to other power in the unit that we like to be able to have power from. Mainly just some USB chargers. But I left them there in case I ever want power in this box for anything. So if I decide later on that I want to put a little fan in here to circulate or something like that, I already have the power ran in there. So rather than cut them and pull them out, I left them in there for the future. But that's the install. It was very simple. The hardest part really for me was just, I went with 6-gauge wire, which is the max you can get in there, and it was tough to get them in. But once they were in, it was all good, and we just bolted it to the back plate, which is metal. I think that'll also help with dissipating the heat as well, because that is facing outside under the camper. So there's no insulation on that box. So that may help as well, as opposed to when people put it up against wood and stuff like that. Time will only tell. So thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this quick video of the steps that we added, I know it wasn't step-by-step on how we did it, but I think most people can figure out real quick how it works. If you have questions, feel free to ask them. If you can, give me a likes or a thumbs up. Subscribe if you want to see some of the other videos. There'll be a playlist available at the end. Thanks so much.